Hi, this is John with Go Mobile. Hey, today we are going to go out to a shop nearby here and go and do an overhead and a clutch on an X15 Peterbilt truck. I'll give you some highlights on it, kind of give you some outlooks on what the valve lash is and the procedures which I use to do that, which they might not be right, but they've always worked for me and the customers have always been happy. The trucks run great. Okay. Well, this is John. I'm down here at the shop. Just look at some of these beautiful trucks. Love to see the chrome. Okay, here what we got. We got a newer Peterbilt chassis. I love the color combination on this truck. There we go. The X15. There's information on it. 565. Okay, what we'll start off with is we got enough room. We don't have to remove this stuff, but we're going to have to move this crossover tube for the regen, or I shouldn't say regen, EGR bullshit stuff. But we'll get this off, cover off, get the timing marks marked on the engine, on the bell housing, or I shouldn't say bell housing, on the engine dampener. Then once we get those on and in place and get the plug out, we'll start rotating it. I got all my deals here to check to make sure that we have zero everything out and we can check to see how far it's out. The customer wanted to know how far it was out. My guess is by hearing the truck it's not too far out, but we'll take a gander on there and see what we got. Okay, well, if not, I'll see you guys later. Okay, this is John. Okay, we just got done doing the overhead on it. Okay, you can see I got everything marked for where they need to be. Do that for two reasons. Mark to ensure I did them. Two, if someone was to readjust them or do something with them, they could not say that I missed out on that. Obviously, you know, you got to seal off your intake EGRs. Got the pickup tube for the emissions. Everything's coming out good on it. We got the air dryer and air dryer pop off to do, and these is kind of the tools we need. Yes, I got one of those deals I use on there, and right here, filler gauges, Allen's, obviously tools to take it apart, torque wrench. The other torque wrench is right over here where I do my 71 inch-pounds. The torque I tied them down to is, or I shouldn't say the torque, the valve adjustment which I put them on is 27 on the exhaust, 14 on the intake. Rotated A and B. A is your 1 and 6, B is your 2 and 5, and C is your 3 and 4. And pretty much that's it. Everything seems to be okay on it. It's working. We're gonna put the covers back on it. I just got done wiping everything down. And get her back together, start up, see if she's having any issues. Driver reported it's making some noise. Everything was super tight, so I doubt it was making noise in that aspect of it. Don't say it's not right, but I think maybe we might have some transmission issues going on. I know his clutch has been getting a little bit older. He's got about 250,000 on it. So we're going to take a look at the clutch afterwards. So we'll see what we got there. Okay, this is John. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but we got the overhead done. We're just kind of listening to it, making sure everything's good. Start up. Everything's looking okay. Just kind of taking a look at everything. Kind of giving it a wiggle test real quick. That should work. What you want to see when you're done with one of those, you want to make sure that the engine's running really smooth, everything's looking good on it. Okay, you can hear in the background the cold just shut off. It's building air, so once all the air is built up in it, we're going to go ahead and replace the air dryer appendix. Now I know what you're saying, I should have waited why the air was out of the system and do that, but I'd like to make sure that I go one step at a time just in case the engine is not what I want it to be. But in this type of situation, it is what it is. And oh yes, we'll give it some step-ons to make sure it's all sound. Everything's good on it. Oh, there There's the suspension. Let me get you guys picked up right here, and we're going to give it a couple hops real quick, make sure everything's sound on it. Everything looks good on, so we're going to go ahead and shut it off. I don't know if you guys can see. Everything looks good on, so we're going to go ahead and shut it off and start on the air system now. Okay. I figured I'd climb back underneath the truck because that's usually where you guys are used to seeing me at. But here we go. We're going to replace an